What is up, YouTube? This is Wi-Fi Memory here today. Today we are bringing you guys a best of 3 against this one player I found on the online ladder, if you would call it that. The question of the day: we just finished Christmas. What is some of your family traditions that you do during Christmas or around this time? You know, you celebrate this with your family. You want to. You probably have like a tradition that you guys would do. Like one of the famous radio people, he was talking about his tradition, his Christmas tradition today on the radio. He said every Christmas Eve that him and his mama would go to the grocery store and they would go buy hot dog buns, hot dogs, you know, and they would make chili at home, and then every year around Christmas Eve they would have chili dogs. They would eat them in their pajamas and just have a fun old time, you know? Something that you look forward to, you know, during the holidays. I just want to know what you guys tradition is in the comments down below. Anyway, let's get into this battle. This is a special Infernape. It just went for Focus Blast. Was able to one-shot my Donphan. I was thinking I could come in on it, take a hit or whatever, but no. So I had to go into my Dodrio. And Dodrio actually has a higher base speed than Infernape, and I guess he knew this, so he went ahead and switched. He goes into his Metagross, and look how much our Brave Bird does. This is Choice Banded, by the way. I'm just putting that out there. Choice Banded, and it does so much damage. So right here, contemplating who should I switch into. Going to Scizor, actually on an explosion from this Metagross, which I thought was so crazy. I was not expecting that. I figured Metagross would have been a bigger issue, but he just exploded, and I was like, fantastic with me. I'll take it. I'll take that out. So now he goes back into his Infernape, and really don't have a great switch in, so I'll just let Scizor bite the dust, basically. We'll go for Bullet Punch. This thing is giving me Specs vibes, because it's hitting really hard, but that's also from Focus Blast. Focus Blast is a high risk or high reward if it hits, you know, it's big damage. Right here, I was expecting a switch again, and he actually does, but I knew not Metagross. Metagross can't come in because he's already knocked out. So I went for Facade, and that looked like to be really good damage. But I know Ambipom's wanting to go for the fake out and stuff, so it's an easy switch for Heatran. So go ahead, take the fake out, see what kind of Ambipom it is. Most likely he may have Life Orb, and if he does, he'll knock himself out. He shows me there's Life Orb. Fantastic, he went down. So that was all nice and dandy. Infernape comes back out, knowing that the Focus Blast, he has a Focus Blast. I really don't have a good switch in for Infernape. Thankfully, he actually misses his first Focus Blast. Unfortunately, our Flamethrower doesn't KO, and it still gives me this weird situation. Really don't want to switch anything in to take it, but I do go into Starmie, thinking that Starmie does have a higher special defense than most things. Even though Starmie is mostly a frailish Pokemon, I figured Starmie could have taken it a little bit better than what it actually did. Unfortunately, it didn't, and this Infernape keeps hitting Focus Blast. Man, this man, he got really lucky hitting all these Focus Blasts. This gives me a great opportunity though to go into my Breloom. Breloom really doesn't care about the sticky legs because we're going to be going for Mach Punch, and that will be definitely enough to take out this Infernape, as this Infernape is basically sitting on like 2 HP. So anyway, after this, he goes into his Cleaver, aka Cypher. Cypher takes about half on Stealth Rock, so that's fine. That's very fun for us. We're able to just go for a Mach Punch, knowing that it won't pick up that much damage. It's just that we're able to put pressure on this way. He goes for Swords Dance. That's fine. Cypher isn't faster than most things, like my Dodrio or my well, I would say Starmie, but Starmie's knocked out. We do go into Heatran, knowing that Heatran basically can wild this thing, right? I mean, you would assume. He actually does quite a bit of damage with that Aerial Ace, and then he's able to follow up with a Night Slash, and I was not expecting Cypher to do all that much damage. So, Dodrio coming in to basically save the game, basically for us. Able to go for the big Facade. Dodrio 110 base speed. There's not many Pokemon that can actually outspeed it. It's one of the fastest Pokemon in the game. Marco the Weavile comes out, and knowing that I have Breloom in the back, I kind of know that I already won this game, because he has to go for Ice Shard. And I know Ice Shard will not KO our Breloom from the range that our Breloom's sitting at, and Mach Punch should be able to finish this Weavile off. So there's the Ice Shard. We take it and we follow off of a Mach Punch, and that's game 1. Let's jump over to battle number 2. Alright, so battle number 2. Nothing really changes with the lead. We both lead Shuckle, and I led with Heatran. We follow up basically the same combo. I want my Stealth Rocks, and I think he sets up a Sticky Web first. Nothing changes basically. I'm going to go ahead and do a Flash Cannon, and this time it actually does well over half because of a critical hit. He's able to set up another layer of Stealth Rocks, and I really don't think this crit fully mattered because he got everything he was wanting, and I don't think this Shuckle really has a big thing about messing with Heatran so much, you know. So I don't think the crit fully mattered. It went from it kind of just sped the game up just a little tad, but it was going to be the same results. So right here, I know this. I know he's wanting to go for the Focus Blast, and I'm trying to think who I have as a good switch. I really don't have a good Focus Blast switch, you know. So I ultimately just decided to let Heatran go down here. And man, this Infernape is actually hitting like a truck, dude. And this Infernape could be considered a big problem. I know right now Dodrio is definitely the best Pokemon to counter this. Knowing that he's going to be switching though, I was thinking about going for like a lunge, and that's what I do. Thinking that he was going to Metagross. No, I knew Metagross had a clear body, but for some reason or another, I thought a lunge would have been super effective against it. But it's not. It's just neutral. So, I mean, I could have went for Brave Bird or something. But I think overall, I'm okay with that play because it still puts on big damage. It still puts some pressure onto the Metagross. And ultimately, we can go into our Donphan. And this gives me a free Rapid Spin. There's not much that this Metagross can do here in this situation. So we already changed the tides a little bit. We're threatening that Infernape earlier, which is able to give us a bigger advantage. You know, so knowing that we were able to take game 1 and now we're able to put on a big advantage for game 2, I'm feeling alright, you know. Right here, I decided to go for Earthquake. He could miss his Focus Blast. That's the thing. It's kind of Focus Miss for a reason. This man does not miss Focus Blast all that much though, you know, but it is kind of Focus Miss for a reason, so you gotta play for it. Thinking that I'm thinking that he's gonna think that I'm going to think that he's going to switch. I'm thinking that he's going to stay in. So he actually does stay in. I go for that big Brave Bird, able to take him out. So that's fantastic right there. And hey, everything's looking good. Everything is looking fantastic. He goes out into his Ambipom. Knowing that Dodrio is still very important, I'm going to go into my Scizor. Scizor is a pretty good Pokemon to trade hits with Ambipom. I do love Ambipom, but Scizor has your name sometimes, my man. Able to basically go for a Bullet Punch here, and there's not much you can do. We're just able to get that big damage off, and I mean that Life Orb too. You're already down to the red, just because of one Bullet Punch, you know. So Metagross comes out, and this Metagross, like I said, this Metagross likes to go for the big explosions. So he goes for that big explosion. I should have set my sword stance, tell you honest truth, but I was not expecting an explosion coming out, you know. But he exploded, could not knock out our Scizor. Knowing that Fake Out probably wouldn't be able to be enough to KO me, I forced the Fake Out though because I do have Bullet Punch. And he's able to just knock himself out with his Life Orb. So everything's looking good there. Definitely think you could have played that Ambipom just a little bit better, my man. Just a little bit. But anyway, knowing that this Weavile is basically going to be knocking us out, that's fine. I'm going to go into my Breloom here. And I'm just going to push that in Mach Punch. If you want to switch, you can. But we're practically trading a game 1 scenario right there. Weavile goes down, and now you're down to your last one, which is Cleaver to Cypher. And, I mean, practically, it's game. I had a feeling that he may have wanted to go for Swords Dance. So I do go into my Starmie here. And everything's just looking alright. He does go for the Swords Dance. I hit Ice Beam, and that's practically game. Guys, if you guys did enjoy today's video, let me know in the comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe, and remember to answer the question of the day. This is Wi-Fi Merman signing out.